everyone, this is Will. Thank you for coming back to Apple One-to-One training here today for a very unique training. We are going to create a pool for the Super Bowl. Already on the screen you can see we already have a couple of examples here. The reason why we're not going to go dive deep into everything is because we have already created a great video. On the top right corner here you can see how to format your table. So we already have given specific directions on how to do that, but we're going to talk about how to create a Super Bowl pool after you've gone over all the formatting. So just to get a quick overview, what we have done here is we have created a table. We have right here an empty spot here for the top. We have our colors to represent our teams here on the left and bottom columns where we're going to put our numbers in. On the right side, you can see we already have our table outline and we put a thickness to it. We have grid lines. We have all those things, as well as if you go to the cell, under data format, we have automatic, so it's automatically going to figure things out for that. So just to look at the overview of the table of what we created here, we've already done a majority of it, but now we want to go over the details of what you could do, for how to do a Super Bowl pool, also how to print it and how to share it. So let's talk about this. So each box would be probably worth like, what, let's say $20 a pop here. So I hit text, it puts it right in the middle. I'm going to move it over here, and then I'm going to do first quarter. And then I'll put a money amount, 200. Of course, quarter, it'd be good if you spell it correctly. And I'm going to copy, and then I'm just going to go down the next line, paste it. That way I don't have to redo everything. I'm just going to say second. And then we'll put like 400, and so on and so forth. So we're just basically putting a money amount. 400, so we'll just change it to whatever. So you get the idea of it. So now I'm going to change the size. I'll make this a little bit bigger. So we'll go to highlight 30. We'll put it right over here. So that way everyone can kind of see that. All right, so now that I have all my numbers set up, now we have to put the people in here. So all we're going to do is just type in the names. So I'm going to do test 1, and then we'll go down, we'll do test 2, and so on and so forth. So you're just going to fill in the names. Now, of course, you can manually do this, or you can do this electronically just by typing their names in here, however you want to do it. And then now that we're done, let's say the whole thing is filled up. So I'm going to copy, I'm going to drag this across just so everyone can see. And I'm just using that yellow line there to go do that. So I'm just filling this in just so you get an idea all the boxes are filled up. So what I did is I just kind of copied and pasted, and I'm pasting the entire item. Again, we haven't done the numbers yet. So let's pretend everybody is now filled in. What I'm going to do now is it's all done. We put all the names in here. Now we're going to generate the numbers. I found a good website where you can just generate the numbers in home and visitors. So what we're going to do is click on it, and there it is. It created a home and visitors randomly, so it's a random generator. So I'm going to copy this. Let's go back to numbers, text box, open it up, paste it in there, kind of move it over here so I have it ready to go. So I'm going to start the numbers up here. So we're going to do 2, and I'm going to tab over, and I'm going to do 0, tab 4, tab 3, tab 1, and so forth. And then we'll do the same thing going down, 4, 3, 8. Yeah, I think I created too many rows. And this is an accident. I actually created too many rows, so I'm actually going to delete the last 2. And just highlight them both and hit delete selected rows. Alright, so I'm going to delete this now. I don't need that. So now we are all set. The numbers are created. Now, let's say I'm going to print this out. So let's go to our file, print. And now it's fit all into one sheet. On the right side, you can decide on the content scale. So, of course, you can make it bigger or smaller depending on what you want to do. I could make the text a little smaller, but that just shows you the idea. So now that you can actually print it out, so you have it all printed out right there. Now let's talk about if you want to do a share of this. So let's say that there are people in this pool and you want to share out this entire sheet. So instead of printing it and giving everyone a copy or text it, you can do that. So under share, there's an option to do collaborate or send a copy. So what I want to do is I want to collaborate, and then I'm going to choose what options I want to do. So right now it says only who can access, only invited people, invite with a link. What can they do? Make changes or view only. Well, we don't want anyone to make changes to this because obviously for the Super Bowl, we don't want these numbers to get construed. So we're going to do view only, and then I would send it. So in this case, I'm going to send it to Frank. I'm going to send it to Frank. And that's it. And then it'll tell me if they have joined me or not. And the spreadsheet is now updating itself with the changes that I made. So it's got to share it to iCloud. It's got to do all those things. Now, that's only if you want to share it to people electronically. Obviously, you do not need to do this. This is kind of I'm just showing some of the skills and some of the things you can do within here. Once the update spreadsheet is done, what I am going to do, though, as one of the last things, is highlight the winner. So let's say somebody won. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change this specific person. So let's say the score is 0 and 7. That's a very popular one. Let's go to the cell, fill, and then I can add some kind of a gradient to it. So I can do color fill, and then it'll just go blue. So that could be a perfect example, or you could do red, however you want to do it. And each color could represent a quarter too. So like if the first quarter winner is this one, I could just highlight this color, reformat this, and change the text color to red. And then I can also go back here. Let's say I want to make this blue. I'm going to go to text color. I'll make it blue, this color, and highlight this color, orange, and then we'll do the last color, green. So there you go. So then you can say the second quarter winner was this person. So then you can go to the cell box. You can do color fill, and then just choose the color that they wanted. So you could just make it easy using the default colors here. Now, sometimes some people win twice, and that actually happened to me a couple years ago when the LA Rams actually won. I won twice, so that would be a confusing little mess, but you could definitely add another color here, or you could do a gradient. Like, so if someone won the first quarter and the fourth quarter, well, then you just change it from a red to a green, and then that way you can see they won both colors. So I'm just throwing ideas out there of what you can do. So I hope this gives you an idea of how to create a Super Bowl pool, how to actually enter data in, how to do color changing, sharing, collaborating. So all these different things can be done within Numbers to create your Super Bowl pool. If you want to see how to create some of the boldness and some of the lettering and some of the formatting, please definitely check out the video that we provided to you in the beginning.